There's a saying that you don't really know you're in charge until you have to fire people you care for. In the wake of Sunday's constitutional referendum defeat, President Gabriel Boric had to do just that.
Cabinet changes have always been dramatic in Chile, and this one has its fair share. It's been painful, but necessary, and I won't hide it. I think that this is one of the hardest political moments I've ever faced.
Interior Minister Isquiasiches was replaced by Carolina Toa, the daughter of an emblematic interior minister under former President Salvador Allende, who was overthrown in the 1973 military coup. More difficult still was the removal of Cabinet Minister Giorgio Jackson, Boric's confidant and right-hand man. Together they began fighting to transform Chile as student leaders in 2011, forming a new generation of politicians. Later they were inseparable as congressional allies. Now Jackson, who was unable to work well with Congress, has been moved to a less significant ministry. He's been replaced by former President Michelle Bachelet's ex-cabinet chief, Analía Uriarte. The cabinet shake-up incorporates a political generation that the left-wing millennial president had once dismissed as history.
This is the equivalent of when you move out of your house, because you are a grown-up now and you're going to have your own life, and 6 months later you have to bring in your dad, your mom, and your siblings because you cannot live on your own.
Near the presidential palace, university students protested throughout the day against the defeat of the draft constitution supported by Boric. It would have introduced progressive structural reforms, but for the majority of voters, it went too far.
It is obvious that the president had to get the message from this electoral defeat and has taken note by incorporating people from other generations who weren't formed in student protests.
The ceremony here at the presidential palace was delayed 90 minutes because of an uproar over the choice of Undersecretary of the Interior, who had to be changed at the very last minute. The embarrassing reshuffling of the cabinet reshuffle underscores why President Boric was forced to turn to older, more experienced politicians. Boric acknowledged very hard times ahead, but insisted that with the help of these more traditional social democratic cabinet members, he'll forge ahead with his ambitious program of social reforms. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.